Okay, let's see if it works. Oh, I already see Soul River has added comments, looks amazing. I have a little prefer for Bullettrain. Okay, so yes, hello anybody who is joining, who is listening. Basically, like there's this problem when you have lots of app ideas. Okay, I want to build one app, I want to build another app, and it's just like, okay, I need to build all the boilerplate functionality again and again. Like I need to add device, I need to add authentication, authorization, user roles, plans, subscriptions, multi-tenancy, translations, like lots of functionality that you would be usually adding to any Ruby on Rails app. And when you've done it once, and when you've done it 20 times, it already gets tiring. And like, for example, I had this certificate owl idea that I was actually streaming, and here I was just building the proof of concepts of the app. So how would the core functionality work? But it's not enough, because I need to add actual like users, roles, plans, memberships, all the general styling, and it can be kind of not very motivational to build all this kind of default stuff that you would be building in all kinds of Ruby on Rails applications. So luckily there are lots of boilerplate templates nowadays. So there's actually an awesome SaaS boilerplate list for different frameworks, and there are a few mentioned here for Ruby on Rails. Now this Kiso doesn't seem to be working anymore. Stabloon, I tried looking at it, and it didn't at least seem to me as a working project, so maybe it's not ready yet, I don't know. And then there are Bullettrain and Jumpstart Rails. So Bullettrain actually seems to exist from around 2018, and initially they were a paid template, and the price was around $1,500 to start using it. And a bit later there appeared Jumpstart. And just recently, like a year ago or so, Bullettrain was open sourced. So this app that cost $1,500 to just start using and see if you like it and if you can build your business on it has been open sourced. So now we are free to try it out on our own. And yeah, there is also Jumpstart. So Jumpstart and Bullettrain, as I understand, are more or less alternatives to each other. There is also a free version of Jumpstart that you can try using on, you can like see it on GitHub, and you can try creating an app based on it, but all the really cool functionality is paywalled on Jumpstart. And if we go into the pricing is quite high. At least myself, I come from like an Eastern European background, and these prices per year just to start and see if something that works for me sounds quite a lot. When for a project that still doesn't bring any revenue, whatever, it's just like trying out stuff. And just comparing like this boilerplates from the Ruby on Rails world with Laravel, for example. Laravel has its own starter kit. It's called Laravel Spark, and it is more or less the same as Jumpstart or Bullettrain, but for Laravel and for PHP. Like Laravel is a framework for PHP language, the same as Rails is a framework for Ruby language. And on Laravel, the pricing is like $99 per project or $200 for unlimited projects. And it looks like you don't have to pay like it as a subscription. It's like a one-time payment. And myself, I'm much more comfortable with one-time payments than subscriptions. And another thing I've tried doing myself is creating a SaaS template. So actually, like some time ago, I created a course, learned to create a multi-tenancy SaaS app MVP, or like template on your own. And I think it's a very good exercise when you're just starting your programming journey, when you need to still understand how to build stuff. But yeah, so here like you can learn how to add multi-tenancy, add internationalization, users roles, plan subscriptions, and so on. But really for production, it's better to use a template that is maintained by a community And so I would go for Bullettrain or Jumpstart if you already have experience and you want to use a starter kit, a starter template. Also, I've seen there is this third bot suspenders that is also completely open source. I haven't used it yet, so I might also give it a try sometime later. And yeah, another cool thing I've just seen is that on Y Combinator News, it's like a website where startups or like people from startup world share hot stuff, and this Bullettrain template got a real lot of votes, so this is kind of a lot. So yeah, going further, I'm going to try to have a look at the Bullettrain template, and I'm going to try to use it. So I haven't worked with Bullettrain ever before. I'm just going to try it out now. So yeah, let me just, I've just come to the website, so we've got some kind of scaffolding, user authentication, teams, so like roles and authorization, I guess. So they're using can and not Pundit, but it's okay, it's more or less the same. Roles, so there's a theme, so it's not an important thing, like you don't have to worry a lot about styling from zero. Rich form fields, no idea what this means yet. Dark mode, well, it's like a tailwind thing. It's like CSS problem to solve, I would say. Theme engine, outgoing webhooks. It's also a feature that you would not always need, but it's good to have. Actually, I was also planning to make a separate video about how to create incoming and outgoing webhooks. Then there is some kind of basic API, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel when creating an API. Some kind of reactivity, so internationalization, integrations with different auth providers, so you don't have to like do this once again from zero, I guess. Then another thing that I find kind of important, that there is this boilerplate and everything is tested, so you don't have to like add device, write device tests, add authorization tests. It's like available out of the box. Onboarding workflows, interesting. Mobile responsiveness, again, like the UI thing that you don't have to think about, it's great. And yeah, let's try seeing what it is like. So I'm gonna click try demo. Yeah, how can I just sign in? Let's go to sign in. Okay, yeah, I've already tried creating an account. So yeah, I've just created an account, I've signed in, and what do I see? I have my user account, I have my account details. From the box I can connect a Stripe account. I think it is to facilitate payments, so you would be receiving payments through Stripe. Yeah, kind of makes sense. I can add a photo, time zone. Okay, let's see what else we have. So we can add the teams. What else? Let's have a look at all the teams. Oh yeah, it is the current team. Yeah, so it's the name of the current team. It's like the grouping, so the multi-tenancy part. Like I've created an account, I already have a team. I can select the time zone for the team. I don't know why this is needed. Team members. So I'm a team member. Let me have a look at myself. In the team, I can remove the admin role, leave a team. Let's go to settings. Okay, so by default there is an editor and team admin role. I can remove somebody from a team. I can also invite. I would suppose they might be using device invitable. Yeah, and you see I can select one or multiple roles. Yeah, so some kind of API, some kind of webhooks, and some kind of basic models. So Creative Concepts, I think, is like an just a default model that we can play around with. I can create something. You see everything is nested within like multitenancy seems to be done through nested routing. Like we find the current account by I actually don't know by what. I think we will have to look at the code how we set the current team. Let's try maybe creating another team. Okay, now I've created this second team. Let me go to all the teams. Yeah, so here's one team. Here's a record in one team. Let me try accessing a record in another team. Yeah, so it looks like we don't have the team in the URL, but we just have the kind of UID of a record, and we check if the record belongs to a team. Okay, anyway, this is like just a small overview of the UI itself. Let's see if it is also in somewhat way responsive. So yeah, kind of responsive. Let's try making it smaller. Yeah, so some navbar. This could possibly be improved. But yeah, let's try forking this and seeing how it can work for us. So git clone and your project name. Let me do this. I'll go to the terminal. Yeah, let it just be your project name. Okay, bin configure. Okay, bundle. Yeah, I need to install Ruby 3.2.2. Yeah, let me open it in the code editor. Okay, let me just try running it with 3.1 and see if it works. 3.2.1, I already have it installed, so let's say bin configure now and see if it works. Yeah, this seems to be taking a while. It's okay, we can wait. Let's have a look at the repo a bit. Okay, node is not installed. Yeah, let's try installing node. Configure settings up with GitHub. Yeah, I'm just clicking yes on everything and see if anything works. Okay, yeah, so let's have a look at the gem file. What do we have here? So Rails 7, SP rockets, so it's not using Webpack, that's actually nice. Postgres, Puma, JS bundling, CSS bundling, so kind of ES build, Turbo, Stimulus, JBuilder, Redis, so nothing strange here yet. I haven't used Gem Chronic before. This one is for the code coverage, like how many percent of your code base is covered by tests, I guess. Factory bot. So if we go to test/factories, there are all these factories for testing the part of the application that comes as a boilerplate. And I would suppose it does not use fixtures. Yeah, so it doesn't use the default fixtures, it uses factories instead. Well, that is also fine. That is the most common commercial approach. Then, so a lot of gems from the Bullettrain family. I don't know whether we need them all. For example, if we are not going to use webhooks, so we need to install them, but let's keep them for now. We don't have anything yet. Ah, okay, it tells me to sign in with GitHub. Okay, let's create the repository. Yeah, this was quite cool. Let me try providing the SSH path. Did it actually push something? No, not yet. Okay, so some more Bullettrain gems. Device two-factor authentication. This might be interesting. Then something for QR code generation. I wonder what do we generate QR codes for? This is a question. I don't think we need a QR code gem here by default. I don't see it used anywhere in the code base, so maybe this would be a good question to ask in an issue to the repository. So letter opener for developing mailers locally. So standard for like as a layer above Robocop. I haven't used this Rails best practices thing before. Foreman for starting bin dev. Like, let's have a look at the proc file. Yeah, so here is the proc file, and to start like all these commands together, we use foreman, colorizing text in command line scripts. So again, it's something for our development mode. Like you see, we have different colors here. What is the name of your new application in title case? Yeah, this dark blue, I don't see it real well. Bullettrain Super Rails. Okay. Yeah, let's have a look if it was automatically pushed to GitHub or not. No, it wasn't. Let's check git remote v. Okay, git status. Yeah, let's say git commit main create app. Do we have anything to commit? No, we don't. So let's say git add all, git commit message, create app, git push. Oh, hello, Puvanart. Talent is so far. Cool to see you here. How's it going? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Could not read from repository. Permission denied. Git remote v. Git push false. Let's see if it works. Okay. It is. Ah, yeah, because I'm trying to push to Bullettrain itself. Yeah, so good that it didn't work. I should once again set the remote. Let's try doing it. Git remote v. Okay, git push. Okay, let's say git remote set URL origin. Git push. Okay, we can come back to this later. Let's go back to our app. So going back to the README, yeah, I ran bin setup, I guess. Okay, I tried running bin configure. It seemed to have worked. Now I will try bin setup. Okay, so I get a lot of stuff that didn't work because I think I need to have node installed. Let's once again try run bin configure and see if anything else needs to be done, and find the command that it offered to install node. I'm not continuing without installing Node. Let's try installing Node. You know, like, it always feels like a learning curve. I mean, there's like an app that you haven't used before that is kind of opinionated, and you want to understand how it works, forking it, going through the README, trying to understand it. But I think it should pay off, because if I know, I spent a few hours trying to understand the Bullettrain, how to develop apps on top of Bullettrain, then it might be a good time saver, and I wouldn't have to like create a lot of stuff from scratch if I can use a starter kit like this. So I really hope it would. I really hope it works. Okay, requires another version of Node. Yeah, let's try proceeding with a lower version of Node. Yeah, this is quite a slow start, but let's see how it goes. Okay, name. Okay, let's try bin dev and see if it works. It's quite a cold start, taking quite a while. Okay, something tried to happen, and it didn't work for me. What's wrong? Okay, node path, tailwind. Couldn't find glob. Okay, so the front end didn't compile successfully, and node incompatibility errors. Yeah, let's see if there'll be anything to help us here. That's the way it always works with unscripted stuff, like live streaming, getting into all these yucky errors. Okay, let's try finding a solution. Yeah, let's try installing with ignoring engines. Usually this works. Okay, now been set up. Yeah, so this approach with ignoring engines doesn't seem to be the really right approach, but sometimes it helps to just get unblocked. Let's like it. Yeah, quite a lot of stuff is being compiled. Okay, yeah, so finally the database has been created, some kind of seeds. Okay, let's see if we can run the server. Let's start bin dev. Okay, let's go to localhost. Okay, finally, I'm somewhere. Let's try creating an account. Okay, don't have an account. Okay, so yeah, I tried creating an account. I got this welcome email. Yeah, let's add a name. So by default, when creating a new account, I'm prompted to add a team, a time zone. There is also a nice search. Yeah, so a search field with autocomplete. Okay, and I also got this email. Let's also click on the email. So everything seems to be more or less the same. Yeah, and I've got the Bullettrain running locally. Looks quite good. Now, before I do anything else, I want to have a look at the code base some more. So previously we started looking at the gem file, and I was finishing up with the group development. Let's have a look at tests. So something with mini test. Okay. Oh, against flaky tests. Actually, that's a nice thing. Like, you know, there can be some tests that randomly fail, and this might help with them. Then postmark for production emails. I haven't used postmark before. Autoscaling on Heroku. This might be something actually cool. Again, I haven't used it. Then Honey Badger for checking errors in production. Also Sentry. So yeah, questions. Let me just be writing down some questions that I don't understand. Gem file. Why QR gem? Or what was this game? RQR. Why do we have this gem? Then you see we have both Honey Badger and Sentry installed. So do we really need both of them? Let's try finding Sentry somewhere in the code base. Yeah, so we have it just in an initializer. Let's try finding Honey Badger. And yeah, not very much. Okay, active hash. Ruby hashes as read-only data sources for active record link models. Again, I haven't used this gem either. And pry. I think I would have put this gem into the development environment, because would you be using it to debug production? I haven't used like debuggers to debug production. Okay, so here are some questions that I want to have answered later on. And yeah, I've had a look at the gem file, and next thing I usually look at are the roots and the schema. So usually whenever I look at a new Rails app that I haven't worked before with, the first three files are the gem file, the schema, and the roots. So let's have a quick look at the roots. Draw concerns, devise, sidekick. I think this draw syntax might be connected with the Bullettrain itself, like just saying we've got devise and all the devise stuff by default. Yeah, so here there is some like Bullettrain DSL, domain specific language, as I understand. Webhooks, API, and here is the app itself. So everything is scoped under accounts. We've got like an account has users. We've got something connected with OmniAuth. So an account has teams, users. Like it makes sense, because like it's like a tenant has many members and users can be members. So it's the same thing that I did when I did the episode on multitenancy. Let's have a look here. So where was it? multi-tenancy. So here I basically had like a team can have many users through members. And let's try having a look at the source code of it. So going to the source code. Yeah, let me just go to the tenant, for example. So tenant.rb. So tenant has many users through members, and in Bullettrain, a team has many users through, I guess, memberships. I don't directly understand what is the difference between an account and a team, because in my imagination, an account and a team are more or less the same. Maybe there can be multiple different teams within an account, so a team is like an additional layer of abstraction. Let's see. So the roots are quite small, not much to look at. Interesting. Let's have a look at our account.rb. Okay, I don't see such a model. Yeah, let's have a look at our database tables. So action mailbox. I don't know whether they use action mailbox for inbound emails in Bullettrain, but I would suppose that it is not needed as a default scaffold. Action text rich texts. So action text is installed by default. Again, not each Ruby on Rails application needs it, but usually it's quite a used feature. Yeah, active storage attachments. So it is a feature I would like always be adding, being able to attach stuff, and we've also seen the AWS S3 gem in the gem file. Hello, Joao from Angola. Hello, Harold from Colombia. Great to see you guys. Yeah, it's like everybody from around the globe. It's so amazing to have you. Okay, so it is also connected with active storage attachments. Variant records. I'm not sure what this is for, but I would suppose it is also connected with like attaching files. So Stripe. Yeah, it can have like different Stripe accounts for different teams. Yeah, it kind of makes sense for being able to like, you have an application and let's see, each team can have a Stripe account. So for example, your clients can receive money through your app, so they would be connecting their Stripe accounts, I guess. So invitations, yeah, I see that there is an additional layer above memberships. Like membership can not always be accepted. So invitations is like for accepting memberships, I guess. Membership reassignment assignments, no idea. Then these, yeah, I would suppose that these things are just abstractions that are just examples. So maybe I would be removing them from a real application. Then OmniAuth, again OmniAuth, again OmniAuth. Yeah, quite a lot of OmniAuth related stuff. Then yeah, these are just abstractions that are here for the demo app. So like this is one of them. This absolutely abstract creative concepts. Absolutely abstract creative concepts that have yeah, something here can have a name, a description. Okay, so quite a lot of these like tables of just stuff that you can play around with, just to have something to play around with. Doesn't make it easier for me. Then we've got teams. Yeah, so here are the teams. The actual multi-tenancy thing that I see. So a team can have many records inside it. I can create multiple teams. I can, how can I see my teams? Maybe now I can't see them because I have only one team. Let me create another team. Okay, so now I have this teams, and I can switch between teams. The first team, the second team, and yeah, I guess everything will be scoped within teams. Then we've got users, webhooks, more webhooks, and some foreign keys. Okay, so a real lot of boilerplate stuff that on the bright side you wouldn't have to think about. I see a lot of stuff regarding like active storage, action mailbox. Then I see like webhooks, OmniAuth, and again the core of the application is like users, teams, and memberships. So there is actually no account model, there is a team model. Let's have a look at the team model, team.rb. Okay, and by default we don't see like the associations that like team has many memberships or team has many users through memberships, because it is all I think within this includes. Let's try to see if team base is present. No, it isn't. Okay, let's have a look at our models. So ability, it is for our roles, role-based access, I guess. Current attributes. So we've got yeah, 4 main core models that are models that are present in the application. We've got user, yeah, the one like who can log in or whatever. We've got a team, so user can create teams, be a member of a teams, and a user can invite others to be a member of his team. And when he invites somebody to be a member, he creates an invitation. Okay, let's try creating something. Let me go to my okay, I can switch teams. Let me go into this team. I will find how to go to team members. I will invite team member. Yeah, just some kind of random invitation stuff. I will add both roles. Okay, I've been invited. I will try to log in another browser. Let me start another browser. Okay, so here I can create an account, and let's see, I'm signing up. Okay, going back, yeah, you see, I was invited to join this team, and now I can accept the invitation. Okay, and now I'm a member of the team, and yeah, so this newly created account is a member of this team. And here let me go to the team and try to have a look at all the team members. And here we have 2 team members. Let me try removing the admin role, so I will demote from admin. Okay, I will refresh here, and you see I'm not authorized, so I don't have admin privileges to edit the team here. Okay, and yeah, it's also cool that here we can kind of test the responsive navigation. So yeah, what do we have in our API? I don't think there are any API docs included by default. Webhooks, so yeah, actually it's also a great example of how you can create webhooks from zero. Like you add an endpoint name, a URL, types of events that are present in your application. It's just the way Stripe has it. So it's a really good example of how webhooks flow can work. So I'll add a couple of different actions. Create endpoint. Okay, cool, good start. Let's have a look at our account. Yeah, looks fine. So so far I've only looked at our README. No, not here. Where is it? At the README, I managed to start the app locally. Looks fine, and also we see. So on Heroku, it would cost around $140 per month to run the app and around $30 on render. So that's quite a big difference, and I think I would have gone with render just because of the money question. But I mean, everything costs money. So if you're, well, run a production app, you with a lot of features out of the box, you have to pay something just for the servers. Okay, going further, I mean, I've done the README stuff, I've launched the app locally, and let me try going to the getting started guide. Okay, so let me generate some kind of like modal from zero. Let's check git status. Okay, nothing. Let's generate the modal. And yeah, so a project belongs to a team, like everything is within a tenant. So a team is our tenant. The team is the like multi-tenancy entity. So everything that has to be scoped to a team or has to have the team ID. So we're getting the team references and some kind of like already business logic related data, like the name. So we've generated the model, and you see we've done it without the views. And to generate the views, we are going to use super scaffold. And as I understand the super scaffold thing, it lets us generate the views based on the roots within the app. So the roots, like the views, will automatically be styled with Bullettrain, I guess. Let's try doing this. Okay, and it actually wrote a lot of different files. You see, the views are scoped within accounts automatically. We've got the team model that has been updated. Yeah, so it's like the syntax to correctly add new entities for your business logic within Bullettrain. So when you actually like already have installed the Bullettrain boilerplate itself and you want to start building something and experimenting, then you would like generate the model and use the super scaffolding. So let's see. Do I want it on the sidebar menu? Yes, okay. Okay. By default, these menu items appear as a gift icon, but after you hit enter, I'll open a page where you can view other icon options. Okay, let's click enter. I need to select the CSS class. Let me, I know, I've got projects, so let me, I know, I'll just select something. DI bold. DI bold. Okay. Yeah, it gives quite a lot of different prompts on what's actually happening behind the scenes. Okay, inside team, I'm going to ensure that I have has many projects. Let's go to team.rb. Yeah, has many projects has been added. if I wanted to reactively update when projects are updated on the server, I can set enables updates to true. Let's also experiment with this. I will not save it yet. Let's in the meantime just start our server once again. Okay, I think we are running. So let's go to our app. Yeah, I'll run the migrations. Okay, and here I've got the projects. So within the team, I've got projects. Let me create a new project. Okay. If I go to another team, let's switch the team. What team am I in? I'm in this team. I'll go to a list of teams. I go to projects here, and here in this team, I don't have any projects. Let me try opening different team pages at the same time. Oh, and actually it's really cool. Like I can see a list of people, or at least the avatars who are within a team. Okay, so here I have projects in this team, and here's the UID of the other team. Yeah, so based on the routes, I can switch teams that I'm a member of. Let me try setting another team. Okay, couldn't find team with ID. Makes sense because the team doesn't exist. Okay, so going back, I've scaffolded projects, and there was something regarding live reloads. Let's see if it works. I will save these changes with enable updates. Just in case, I will restart the server. So here I'll have two browsers. Let me refresh here. I will go to projects. Here I have one project. I will go to my team. I will try to add a new project, and I don't know, maybe this will automatically add the project to the list. Yes, you see it did. So when I added the enable updates true, here I created a project. Here it was automatically added to the list. Let's maybe try to see how it happened. Maybe I will be able to see it in the network tab. So going to network, once again I will create a project. And here we had this broadcast. So cool. I think it is done by Turbo Hotwire broadcasts. So yeah, this kind of seems to be working. Let's just see if editing would also work. Let's try editing the name. And here the name has been updated. So we have already some live updates built into the app. And it all comes for free without having to add anything on your own. So this is really cool. Let's continue with the guide. Where was this getting started? I have too many windows open. Let me just clean it up a bit. Okay, so then it also says what would the strategy be to add in additional fields or updating fields in our existing models, because like there's quite a lot of boilerplate stuff that is done by these super scaffolds. So let's try saving what we have. Git where was I? ls git status. So we have added projects. Let's say git add all, git commit main, scaffold projects. Yeah, let's try adding the description to our project and see how it looks. So first of all, just the migration. Now I'm going to add this super scaffold and let's see what it does. Okay, so it updates project.rb. Let's see, project.rb has rich text description. The views, so let's have a look at project form. So actually it's nice to see that we don't see any kind of CSS classes thrown around everywhere. We just have class form, class button. These come directly from Bullettrain, and we don't have a CSS nightmare out of the box visible here. So we've got shared errors. I think this is the like form container. And what has been updated here? We've got this shared fields tricks editor. Okay. So yeah, Bullettrain really offers its own domain-specific language for you to be able to create apps out of the box in a faster way. Interesting. Oh my god, what is this? Let's remove it. Okay, so yeah, let's see if this works. I've added the rich text description to our projects. Let's just once again have a look at our migration. Yeah, so we're adding description text to projects. Let's, yeah, we're on the server, so let's go back and see if it works. Okay, let's run the migration. So we'll go to our projects. Let me take one of the existing project, and here we have our rich text editing. And I really love the way the hover on fields works. So let's add something like okay. Let's go back. So here's the project. We open the project and we have some rich text here. Seems to be working. Okay, so we are done with step 2. Next, figure out which ERB views are powering something you see in the UI. Oh yeah, so let's try something. I'll go to inspect. And here we can see the paths to the ERB views. So we've got this Bullettrain theme, the light theme, and the box element that is powering it. And actually the component also has an option to annotate views. Okay, yeah, doesn't matter, but basically if you're using view component, you can set a setting to be able to see the name of the component that is being used. So this is also quite handy if you want to do some deeper customization. Figure out the I18N translation key by adding show locales true. Let's try doing this. So I will go to show locales true. And here, oh, this is actually so fantastic. It can make developing really faster. So instead of showing the text, it shows the I18N path that is being used. So this way you can update stuff much faster. Okay, I see a message from Pierre. Hi, do you any demo or trailer for the SaaS project we will build on your SaaS course? Yes, I will send the link in a moment, saas.cosigo.com. Okay, so yeah, looking further, we've got all these I18N views. Let's have a look at our en.yml, and let's have a look at our internationalization. So what if we want to rename this header? Let's see, it would be within account, projects, show and header, ABC, for example. Now I will remove the show locales, and okay, I don't see this being updated. Let's see. It's not being updated for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, yeah, because we got this project EN. Yeah, so this is where we should update it. So it would be show header. Yeah, so here it would be. It's really cool that the locales have also been automatically populated for all our views. So I refresh, and here our locales for this line are being updated. Okay, what is next in this getting started guide? So been resolved to figure out where framework or themes are coming from and eject them if you need to customize something locally. Okay, so let's have a look at this. I will try running bin resolved users base, and I think it is going to add something like a concern locally, get status. Yeah, so here I opened this file inside our gem path, and I can have a look at what user base does. Let me go to user.rb. You see, user inherits from user base, and like, what is this magic user base thing? What does it do? So to understand it, we can go here to the source and see what it does. So we see that we get all these device methods. User has many memberships, has many teams. So in theory, like if you didn't want to do this inheritance, you could just like copy paste all this code into user model. But this way, you know that it is like all abstracted and dealt with by the boilerplate. So yeah, quite a lot of boilerplate functionality that again comes for free, and it really can take a long time to develop all of it if you really need it. Okay, so going further, basically we understood how we can get the source of different parts that are automatically added by Bullettrain. And let's see, for inputs that can't be provided on the shell, there is an interactive mode. Let's see what this does. Paste what you've got for us and click return. What can it be? Let's try pasting users base. Okay, and it found it. So looks cool. Let's see if it will find something from our roots. Let's see, draw concerns. I'm going to run this command, draw concerns, and no. It didn't find anything. Let's try just draw. Okay, nothing. Let's, I know, try roles user. Okay, yeah, so these are basically ways of understanding the code that lies beneath the boilerplate itself. Quite a lot to learn, but again, in the long run, it would save a lot of time, and I think you should have quite a lot of experience to be able to build this kind of stuff on your own. So a lot of experience, a lot of time, and here it comes for free. And like learning how to use this, I know can really take a whole week, but building all this will take a few months at least. So time-wise, it definitely makes sense to use this kind of boilerplates. Let's have another look around the docs. So, for example, authentication. We can enable two-factor authentication. Cool. So domain modeling. Yeah, a lot of stuff that can be just like gone through and you can learn. Then again, super scaffolding is how all the, like when we created projects, they were automatically created in this Bullettrain style. So we've got all these things that don't come with the default Rails scaffolds, but come with Bullettrain, and it isn't a tedious process of adding new stuff to the app. We just ran a couple of commands, and we already have projects within our teams, and they seem to be working well and look in the same style as all our application. Let's see a bit more. So again, webhooks or auth providers. So this is how you can add login with different social apps. Teams. Where was teams? Yeah, so again, we have our team, membership, invitation, role. Yeah, all the default like multi-tenancy stuff that you would have in an application. Okay, I think let's see what this desktop application thing is. So Bullettrain is fine-tuned to run well with Electron container. Yeah, so potentially it could be a desktop app that is also kind of interesting. Imagine you build a web app and it can also be used as a desktop app that can be downloaded. So this is also some kind of promising functionality that comes from the box. It just needs to be explored by you more. Okay, we've got this onboarding thing. Yeah, so for the moment I'm really a bit tired, and I think it's enough for this basic overview. So we've managed to run Bullettrain locally. We've understood the core concepts around like teams, users, and memberships, roles. We've tried creating some additional models like projects, and we've gone through the getting started guide. So I think it's been a good session, and yeah, I invite you to also explore Bullettrain, and I think it's a promising thing that can help you evade reinventing the wheel. Like, why do this all from zero if it's already been done before and you have it here for granted? So thanks a lot for being with me. Thank you, Joao, Harold, Puanart, Alexander, and Soul River, and Pierre for joining the comment section, and hope to see you next time.